Hi buddy, Paul back here again from Ballistic Blood Bullets with some more action Hong Kong goodness. This one with a bit of a change of pace. Assassin City Under Siege. And the blurb on the front says it all. 1 superhero, 5 supervillains, absolute carnage. This is an over-the-top Hong Kong action movie. Lots of fun, but also a huge amount of silliness. Just have a look around it. It's a movie that is released in its original 2:35:1 aspect ratio, and it is 16:9 anamorphic friendly for those of us with 16:9 TVs. This one's in stereo sound, so it's probably, because it's DVD, downsized from glorious spatial sound, but the sound is good enough. It's a Region 2 PAL DVD, so it will play on all region players, being a DVD obviously, but it's not a film that can be, by myself, recommended to everybody, because, as I touch on when we look at the movie and do a bit of a review on it, it's got a lot of faults with it, but for general fans of silliness, action, over the top, craziness, there's some fun to be had. City Under Siege, Assassin City Under Siege, made in 2010, directed by Benny Chan, who may be known to you as a director of several Jackie Chan movies, such as Who Am I?, New Police Story and Robin B. Hood, as well as 2 of my Hong Kong super kinetic high-octane action movies, Generation X Cops and its sequel, Generation X Cops 2 Metal Mayhem. Now this is another modern-day set action movie, but goofier than most of Chan's films, and stars the normally super cool Aaron Kwok, who is sadly here wasted really in a lead role that would have been perhaps better suited to fellow Hong Kong star Sam Lee, who is far better suited to action comedy roles. And Aaron Kwok's character, called Sonny here, is overly comedic in a film that doesn't fully realise what it is actually trying to be. We've got 5 disgruntled circus performers who uncover an abandoned cave structure which they believe houses hidden gold from World War II. Now gold they do find, but also a long hidden cache of arcane gas. Now this gas was an experimental toxin used by the Japanese back in World War II on prisoners of war. The experiments were to create monstrosities with enhanced strength and abilities. Now when the circus performers inhale and digest the leak gas, they are immediately affected. And as too is outsider Sonny, who follows them quite innocently to see what they're up to. And of course dire consequences fall upon them all. What follows is the 5 turning into hideous Hulk-like demon freaks with amazing strength and abilities, which they use to become super villains, of course, robbing banks, stores and money trucks. And nice guy Sonny staying himself, but with the latent abilities within him. But of course he unwittingly is able to control, but he does so not progressively turn feral as the others do. His freakish counterparts, the Formidable 5. That's not what they're called, that's what I decided to call them now. It's my video. But it's a little like turning the story of the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom upside down, and having Doctor Doom as the good guy and the Fantastic Four as the destructible force of evil. Now this is over the top, madcap, nonsensical B-movie silliness of the middling order, not the highest order, unfortunately. And that will most put a lot of people off wanting to see and even avoid, because it truly is Hong Kong madcap movie mayhem, not of the greatest order. It's one of those movies, I guess, if you tuned in to late night TV and it was playing, you'd be curious to watch it. But at the end of it, you'd just be scratching your head wondering what the heck it is that you've just watched. And in between and amongst all of the kinetic, frenetic mayhem and action goodness that is going on, there is this curious character of Aaron Kwok playing Sonny that just seems really out of place. Bit like Dustin Hoffman's Rain Man turning up in Star Wars. The numbers just don't play or add up. But other than drooling over the super lovely Shi Q, of course, who is in the movie, I think for most moviegoers this is one to avoid, and I can only really suggest people who enjoy craziness and movies that you can sit down with a group of friends, a beer and pizza mates round nights, I think we'd have to describe this one as, because it's definitely not for all, but there's some fun to be found. And I think that I would say that if you could find this movie in the bargain bins for £1, couple of pound, it's worth your time. It may be for most a one-watch viewing experience, I suspect, but I could watch this again. But I can't say that I'm mad about it. I think probably being a big fan of Aaron Kwok, that's what's mostly let it down for me, because he really is a superstar. And what I do find incredible, just as an aside, is that Aaron Kwok, much like Andy Lau, they're both guys who are around about 40, 42 years of age, but they still manage to look about 25 or 30 on screen. It is quite incredible. Just looking at Aaron Kwok, I had to do a double check and look to see in case it was his son, perhaps, with a similar name that I, thought I'd seen Aaron Kwok, and it's perhaps Aaron Kwok Jr. or a different Christian name. But no, it is Aaron Kwok indeed. And I may just have set my own record of saying the name Aaron Kwok more than anybody else ever has in a video. But anyway, just to sum this one up, there's a lot of fun to be had for casual viewers, those who love madcap, action, adventure, lots of sci-fi almost elements to it, and definitely a huge dose of comic book over-the-top craziness that's in amongst it. But it's not brilliant by any means, but I think that definitely a lot of people enjoy these type of movies. You put your brain into a jar, sit it in a place near to your comfortable chair, recline, put your eyes and brain in reverse gear, and you'll find that you'll probably get a bit of fun out of this one. It moves along quickly enough. It's not overly long, thankfully. Shi Q just looks gorgeous. She is one of the sexiest Asian starlets still out there. Very much worth picking up for that. But let me know if you've seen this one, if you enjoyed it, if you hated it, if you're intrigued about it, if you know anything about it. There's a lot better Benny Chan movies and definitely a lot better Aaron Kwok movies out there. But just finish on a positive note. Assassin, City Under Siege. Yep, it's quirky, it's silly, it's worth a one-time view. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.